As you probably know by now, the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is closing down. The last voyage is September 30th, and that's it, folks. It's done. It's been open about a year, and they're shutting down. But some interesting report has come out from Walt Disney World News Today.com, and it states this. It says engineers were reportedly on the Halcyon as recently as this week, working on new attractions and changing things up a bit on the Starcruiser to try to get the return customer. What Disney was hoping for is that people would go on the Starcruiser and have an amazing time, and if they change things up a little bit, those people would come back, because as we've stated on this channel multiple times, there is no return factor for many people. They said, well, I did it once. Yeah, it was expensive and I had a good time, but there's no reason to go back and relive the same show over and over again. So Disney was bringing in Imagineers and other people to try to revamp that. And we talked about this on the channel, that we assumed that around November through Christmas, they were going to do Life Day of all things. That was the rumor that was floating around. We're going to add Life Day to the current show and just make it a little special. Maybe we can just fill it out for the last 2 months, and that they were going to close it down for about 2 months to revamp things and open it up to possibly a Mandalorian verse. They were going to bring in Baby Yoda, you know, Grogu, a live-action Grogu where people could take pictures and interact with the baby and see the whole Mando verse, everything that's going on there with Ahsoka and everything else. And they would try to draw in new customers and also return customers. But the closing was a shock for us all. And according to this report, it says, per source, all of the cast members on the Starcruiser and their creatives were surprised by the announcement, having received no warning that this was a possibility. Not one time did anyone from Disney say, hey, maybe stop working on something. Hey, maybe slow down. We might have an announcement coming. And how did they find out? Did they just find out via social media? Did they just scroll on Twitter and be like, hey, what is this all about? Is this crazy? Is this a rumor? What is this? That just seems how they do business. Now I'm hoping for all the cast members that they find other jobs and that they're moved to other places where they can thrive. But this is how they treat their people over there. I'm just saying. And so now the question is, what is going to happen to this largely expensive experience that's next to Galaxy's Edge? What will become of the Halcyon Starcruiser and all that money that they invested into that? Are they just going to sit on it for some time? Are they going to take a step back and just say, listen, let's go a completely different route. Let's talk to some people and maybe we could figure this out, how we can do something like this and make a profit? Or are they just going to be like, nope, it's going to be storage. It's just going to be storage. We'll sell off everything. You know, we'll have some crazy sale if people want to come and buy pieces of the Halcyon to take home. And that will be the end of it. Now, for me personally, I believe, and I have no source information, this is just an assumption, that it will be turned into a dinner theater of some sorts, and maybe they'll change some things up, where when you go to the park, if you want to have dinner or lunch at this Starcruiser, they got the box truck already made. They spent tons of money on that. They've got the facility already made. And an excursion, you can pay extra on your ticket to spend 3 to 4 hours over at the Halcyon. That's what I think they'll do to try to salvage something. I could be wrong, and maybe they just sit on it and it just collects dust for a year to come, and we'll enjoy the Defunct Land video on it as well. But very interesting. We're gonna keep an eye on this story. I have a nice video that I'm working on about the Starcruiser. The Starcruiser was big for this channel. But what do you think? What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen to the Galactic Starcruiser? Will they just change it completely? Will they just make it a normal hotel where people could just stay? Or are they just going to send the bulldozers and tear the whole thing down? This is Jay. Thanks for watching. Do us a favor if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, leave a comment, and also check out the amazing things in the description. We have a lot of cool stuff going on over there. And don't forget, check out our live streams, man. We have great live streams here where we discuss all of this with all of you live. And I love seeing people in the chat and seeing their comments. This is Jay, and we'll catch you next time.